I'm Aldrin Rovi W. Libaton.
I'm Sanalia Pamlian.
I am Julian Lakat.
I am Kijame E. Diginion.
I am Jolene Sarana.
And we are the broadcasters from Group C Network.
What is the power of international organization? There are three powers of international organization: the power of classification, fixed meaning, and diffuse norm. The power of classification means international organization can invent and apply categories, and they create powerful and global standards. The example of this is the WHO. This organization was created to ensure health standard of all the country, regardless of what you are in or what country you are from. The second is fixed meaning. Various terms like security or development need to be well defined. States, organizations, and individuals views international organization as the legitimate source of information. For example, in the Philippines, if the Malacanang release an official statement, regardless if you are against or agreed, you must abide the law. The third is diffuse norms. Norms are accepted code of conduct that may not be strict law but nevertheless produce regularity in behavior. For example, norm was created to harmonize an organization. Each organization has their own norms. This may not be reflected as the official law, but it will help an organization to have a better environment. International organization can be sources of great good and great harm, and it can be promote relevant norms like environmental protection and human rights.
United Nations all about is an intergovernmental organization that aims to maintain international peace and security. So there are 5 principal organs of United Nations. So what is General Assembly, Security Council, Economic and Social Council, International Court of Justice, and the last one is Trusteeship Council. General Assembly is United Nations. The General Assembly is a general position as the chief deliberative, policymaking, and representative organ of the United Nations. Security Council has the primary responsibility for the maintenance of international peace and security. To investigate any of situation which might lead to the international friction, to recommended methods or adjusting such disputes or any terms of settlement. Economic and Social Council under the United Nations characters or ECOSOC is responsible for promoting higher standard of living, full employment and economic and social progress, identifying the solution to international economic and social health problems. International Court of Justice, the court's role is to settle in accordance with international law, legal disputes submitted to it by state and to give advisory opinion on illegal advisory opinion and question referred to it by authorization United Nations organ and specialized agency. Trusteeship Council is one of the main organs of United Nations established to supervise the administration of trust territories as they transitions from colonies to sovereign nations.
I am going to discuss and differentiate state regionalism and non-state regionalism. As Edward D. Mansfield and Helen V. Milner stated, the economic and political definitions of regions may differ. However, there are certain features that everyone can agree on. First is that regions are a group of countries located in the same geographical specified area, or a group of 2 or more regions that are organized to control the flow and choice of policies. Second is regionalism, and regionalization should not exchange its definition. When we say regionalism, it refers to a political process categorized by economic policy cooperation and coordination among countries, while the regionalization focuses on the regional concentration of economic flow. Now, let's talk about the 2 types of regionalism. First is state regionalism. It is the coordination of countries and may also refer to the formal project, policy, or scheme promoted by regional states. It is also defined as a theory of cooperative supremacy and a planned union of national economies through cooperation. It is viewed that increased economic cooperation leads to increased political cooperation between two or more nations, and that the state is less likely to go to war if they have high economic and commercial interdependence. Second is the non-state regionalism. This new regionalism varies in different forms. They can be tiny associations that include no more than a few actors and focus on a single issue, or a huge continental unions that address a common problems from territorial defense to food security. Also, it is identified with reformists who share the same values, norms, institution, and system that exist outside established institutions and system.
What is NATO and OPEC, and what are the reasons for their establishment? NATO, or North Atlantic Treaty Operation, is also called North Atlantic Alliance, which is an intergovernmental military alliance between 30 European and North American countries. NATO was formed in 1949 to provide collective security against the threat posed by the Soviet Union. NATO is a way to communicate many countries easier. NATO has two languages, the English language and French language. NATO is created by United States, Canada, and several Western European nations. In April 4, 1949, Washington, District of Columbia, United States. OPEC means Organization of the Petroleum Exporting Countries, a group consisting of 14 of the world's major oil exporting nations. OPEC was founded in 1960 to coordinate the petroleum policies of its members and to provide member states with technical and economic aid. The focus and work of OPEC is to regulate oil price and ensure stabilization of oil. In order to secure economic and regular supply of petroleum to consume nation, stable price for petroleum producers, and fair return on capital for those investing in the petroleum industry.
What is ASEAN and NAM, and what is the purpose of their establishment? The ASEAN, or the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, was founded in August 8, 1967. It is a regional organization that brings together disparate neighbors to address and to promote economic, political security, and cooperation among its 10 members: the Brunei, the Cambodia, Indonesia, Laos, Malaysia, Myanmar, Philippines, Singapore, Thailand, and Vietnam. And on the other hand, the NAM, Non-Aligned Movement, was founded in June 12, 1961. It is a forum of 120 developing world states that are not formally aligned with or against any major power bloc. It is the largest grouping of states worldwide. The purpose of the organization was enumerated by Fidel Castro in his Havana Declaration of 1979 as to ensure the national independence, sovereignty, territorial integrity, and security of non-aligned countries in their struggle against imperialism, colonialism, neocolonialism, racism, and all forms of foreign aggression, occupation, domination, interference, or hegemony, as well as against great power and bloc politics.